Hello there, I'm Pete Donaldson, this is XVG, Spong's very own video game Vidcast, where I try and detail precisely which video games you should be spending your hard-earned on. This month I thought we'd go for sequels and remakes as well. Sorry. One moment, I'll be back, hang on. Oh, Karate Kid, what are you doing? Is that even your car? I'm trying to introduce XVG and you're making a load of noise. Why are you even doing that? It's perverse. Jesus. Just keep it down, alright? Hey! What a rude man. Anyways, let's get on with it. Here's your new releases.
Jenny. I'm sorry. She doesn't have to die.
Now, if you're around your late to mid-20s, the name Splatterhouse should conjure up many things. Shapes, sounds, colours. Well, one colour in particular. Claret red.
Get a load of this thing, huh?
Video nasty influenced video gaming isn't new, but in this brave new world of lifestyle gaming, with companies putting out title after title appeals to both mum and dad, as well as the kids, it's nice to see an old friend return and puke arterial blood all over the place. As with the original, our main protagonist is Rick, a heavy metal fan that turns into a much bigger heavy metal fan once he puts on an enchanted mask. You can only stand and gasp as old Ricky marches through a haunted house on the trail of his errant girlfriend, armed with only clubs, chainsaws, and even severed arms. It's out around Halloween and will include the original Splatterhouse trilogy amongst its greasy pink innards. Now, when people talk about video game sequels, they really can't be very many bigger than this next one. StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. The original real-time strategy game sold over 11 million copies worldwide at the last count. That's the population of Greece.
Hell, it's about time.
This time round, the three character races return. You can again be a Protoss, a Terran, or a Zerg. And the narrative now follows the gruff Jim Raynor as he tries to overthrow the Terran Dominion. Creators have had to walk a fine line between a massive departure from the original and a simple graphical refresh. And indications from the open beta are that they've certainly managed it, concentrating on the multiplayer facet of the experience in particular. The cutscenes look incredible. This isn't a cheap reboot by any stretch of the imagination, and it's out on Tuesday the 27th at midnight for those lucky enough to live near a major video game store. The rest of you will have to wait until the morning. Just get some sleep, alright?
Some things are just worth fighting for.
Now, here's some stuff that I've been playing definitely in my pants, as it's very hot.
This is business. If you don't like it, you can always go break your back working for peanuts down at the dock.
Attention to detail. It's a difficult ask at the best of times when you're dealing with a game that's set in 2010, never mind one that takes place around 60 years ago.
They're coming.
Repeat after me, Vito.
They got guns!
But that is what Take-Two's got on its hands for the sequel to 2002's Mafia. I played the original game to death, so when I got the chance to get a sneak peek of the new one, I absolutely jumped at the chance. Well, I say jumped, it was more using my Oyster card to get to Tottenham Court Road, but you get the idea. Like the original, Mafia 2 set in a fictional city called Empire Bay and follows World War II vet Vito Scaletta, forced into life as a mafioso after returning home to find that his father has left his family deep in debt. In the couple of hours that I was able to play through the game, a couple of things jumped out at me, notably the slightly more gritty storyline. Where the original was a little more playful, this one really doesn't pull any punches when it comes to completing the job in hand. And as the game is set 20 years after the original, the cars in the game run a lot faster, a real antidote to the slightly laboured pace of the original. The game's strength is most definitely in its authenticity. 1940s advertising, music, sharp suits and stunning car models all combined combined to make one hell of a period piece. You can almost smell the repressed sexuality and drink driving. Add in a cast of superb voice actors, a meaty plot, and you've got a sequel that could very well turn out to be one of the richest experiences of this generation. Or at least until Rockstar busts out LA Noire, which is penciled in for the back end of this year. But with nobody hearing a peep about that title in the last 6 months, that pencil is looking more and more ridiculous. Like one of those oversized ones you bought from that railway museum that one time.
How's business?
It's just terrible. No one ever comes down here anymore.
Now, at this point, I'd usually take a look at a retro classic, but I thought I'd combine a look back with a look into our present with Monkey Island 2 Special Edition. I have to admit, this one completely passed me by. My favourite game in the world got updated, spit-shined and re-released without so much as a phone call.
How don't Pegbiter get loose? I'd better go catch him before he catches somebody else.
If you're not familiar, the Monkey Island games depict the fortunes of aspiring pirate Guybrush Threepwood on his quest for fame and piratey fortune. But the boy is a burbling idiot, a charming burbling idiot at that. And after defeating the ghost pirate LeChuck in the first game, both characters are back for round 2. The second game was easily the best of the bunch, even though the last couple of episodes released at the start of this year were great pieces of work. Nothing comes close to the original sequel.
Okay, let me know if you change your mind about being a wimp.
Available on PC, iPhone, Xbox and PS3 for either around or under 10 quid. This remake is an unashamed love letter to the fans of the original. The graphics have had an extensive refit, the music's now played with real instruments, and this time round we've got voices from the cast that brought you the subsequent games. And you retro pixel heads aren't gonna go without.
I think that's enough for me today.
Okay, Ralphie. See you tomorrow.
A quick key press swaps between the old 1991 version and this high-definition remake.
Please be quiet.
And despite not remembering what I had for dinner last night, I remembered the solution to every 19-year-old puzzle, so I did manage to finish it in around 5 hours, which to people who have played the original is probably on the short side. Back in the day, you did have to factor in changing 11 floppy disks over and over again, mind you. Just get it, for crying out loud. Just get it.
Nice.
Right, it's that time again. Bad video game box art. In at 3, it's another Master System nightmare. Ghost House. Now, yeah, if we reduce down what a game box is supposed to do, i.e. indicate what's inside the box, then yes, this is fine. But aren't we supposed to be selling things here? At least give us a ghost or something, not crappy bats. In at 2, Super Buster Move for the PS2. Now, obviously the gameplay itself is way too abstract to lend itself to a literal cover, but surely just getting a Getty image of a gurgling baby, then giving him sunglasses with scenes of the game superimposed on them, you could do that with just about anything. Yeah. In at number 1 this time round, the Japanese, well, they get this cover. And we in Britain, we get this. Holy shit, these new bike lanes Boris put in are extreme! If he's not careful, he's going to get flies caught in that. Right, that is it. I'll try and put a bit more effort in next time there's a major footballing tournament on. Like England didn't, yeah? Yeah, right? Yeah. You can email me if you like. Wicked. Bye!